with. He's a lovely man. He's really good looking. He's really talented. God, I hate him. Here he comes. Let's have a big welcome for our Captain Hook, Colin O'Donoghue. Sing it out, man. Bust it. Bust it. Bust it.
I think it's not working again.
Listen. Check. Can we get some volume on this one?
Hi, everyone.
All right, let's hear it one more time for Colin. Wow, how are you, bro?
I'm all good, bruh.
Congratulations on the family, the addition to the family. That's a beautiful thing. Very proud of you. You know, man, I just want you to know that, like, being your friend, getting to know you, and spending some time with you, it's really, you're a cool dude, man, and I just appreciate your friendship, and, you know, I love partying with you. You're one of the best people to drink with and go have a conversation with, and I just want them to know that you are as cool on the inside as you are on the outside, bro.
Thanks very much, Lee. Likewise.
Yeah, well, thank you, my friend. All right, well, we're going to take some questions. I'm going to sit out here with you as a fellow pirate, just in case things get crazy.
Is everyone here queuing up for questions?
Yeah, they're queuing up, so we better get started, right?
Yep.
Right or left? Which way are we going? There we go. Question one.
Hi, Colin. I was wondering, in the beginning of season 5, when we have the Dark Swan episode starting, I started to feel a real sense of sort of spirituality in everything that was going on, and her becoming the Dark One, and then finding out that you became the Dark One as well. And I was just wondering if you also felt that while filming.
Yeah, I think that's a good question, because I know that Jen she went deep into developing her version of the Dark One. I definitely think what you saw there was a real, I guess, I don't know if this is a proper word, but cementing of their connection and their, you know, love for each other in that, where even though he goes dark and he sacrificed himself then to save Storybook, even though I guess essentially it was his fault, they were all going to die. In that moment that you see, and when she did the same and turned him dark to save him, you see the actual connection there, the real true love that they have for each other. So I guess that for me, love is a spiritual thing, so I guess yes is the answer.
I mean, always good to be understood, right? I mean, that was a cool thing about that, in a weird way, that when she went dark, then she could understand the dark parts of your heart too, you know?
Yeah. I mean, I think it was a complicated one because Hook didn't know that he was a Dark One at the time, and so I think his response to going even darker and wanting to hurt her because that was actually because he felt really betrayed by the fact that she wouldn't let him die, because he knew that he wouldn't be able to stop himself because he already had darkness in his heart, but then he overcame that and sort of sacrificed himself. So I think that was a sort of, I guess in a sense, a noble thing to do, even though he had done something which...
I mean, that is interesting about that character, because he's villainous, but he has that noble side. That's a real challenge, and I think that's what's interesting about all our characters on the show, that we're always playing, there's multiple aspects of every character, right?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
Very cool.
Hello there. I have 2 brief questions for you. So, hi. You're brilliant. I was actually really curious how you, sorry, fangirling, how you found inspiration. So I was curious where you drew your inspiration from for your version of Hook, and then I have one other after.
So this version of Hook was kind of a reaction to sort of, as an actor, you lose out on a lot of roles, even though what you do is, like, my approach to something is that I'll play it the way that I read it on the page and the way that I think it should be. I don't want to go in and play something to get a job by being a sexy version of that. Not that that's what I think that's.
It's okay, we all know.
Know what I mean? So Hook was a reaction to that, and I wanted him to be a character that everybody would connect with, and everybody would want to sort of be with, or drink with, or do whatever. And so I wondered who that was. I mean, for me, I wanted part of it to be the Dread Pirate Roberts from Princess Bride, and Colin Farrell. So
Nice. Okay.
and so essentially that's who he is. But with my own spin on it.
That's brilliant. And then Emily kind of ratted you out and said that you do a really good Robert Carlyle impression. I was hoping you could do a Rumpelstiltskin impression for us.
A Rumpelstiltskin impression?
Yes, please.
What, like what?
I don't know, she did a giggle that, I don't know, like the hee thing, or just anything that you do as a joke to maybe make him laugh at himself, I guess, that you've done in the past or something.
What's one of Rumpelstiltskin's big, hello, dearie?
Thank you.
Now, if Robert Carlyle sees that, I know that he's just gonna, oh God. Anyway, thank you for that.
Yeah, your career is over, man.
Hi.
Hello.
As Hook, would you rather have Emma or Mila?
Oh, ouch.
Can I have both? This is a funny one because I was actually with Rachel last weekend and we got asked that, which was kind of awkward. She was sitting right there. It's complicated because this Hook would obviously pick Emma because it's true love and they love each other. Old Hook spent 200 years trying to find Jamila, so I think this Hook has moved on from Mila and has allowed himself to love again. And I think that the love that maybe he has for Emma is a deeper love, and more of a connection. But I do think that he did love Mila, but I think that the love that he has for Emma is, well, it's true, like it's been established on the show as true love, so it's true love.
Yeah.
So we pick Emma.
Hi there. I was wondering, since real pirating isn't around nowadays, what job do you think Hook would have in the modern world?
I'm sure there's a lot of pirates out there who might disagree with you, but...
Yeah, go to Somalia. You might run into
Okay, well, in the modern America.
That's a good question, actually, because I don't know what he would do.
Banker.
Do you think so? I think that he would probably... Yeah, he'd be an investment banker or something.
Yeah, like a hedge fund, run a hedge fund.
Yeah, like one of those crooks.
Thank you. So I have two questions. The first one is, what do you think about the Once Upon a Time family tree? Like dating Neil's mother and his ex-girlfriend. That's kind of awkward.
Not awkward for me. Yes, the family tree is a bit confusing, but it is sort of weird that everybody is kind of related. So that is a strange thing, but yes, Hook doesn't mind, so he doesn't mind, so I guess I don't mind.
And my second question is that there have been some people in the fandom saying that the actors and actresses that are saying are actually going to have new identities, and I don't know if that's true or not, but if it is, how would you feel about not really wearing leather pants and guy liner anymore?
I guess I'll just have to wear something else.
Let's try to
Or
get a
not.
guy liner.
Was that the answer that you wanted?
I mean, I guess. Good enough.
Now you've embarrassed her.
I'm embarrassed
I think you're gonna wear guy liner, like and you'll just wear the leather pants just for fun.
It's funny because I think people are genuinely really disappointed when they meet me and I don't have eyeliner on, and they're like, nah, this doesn't really work. Your normal face just really doesn't work. So
it's amazing how that guyliner became iconic with the pirate character, though, and how it really does add that, you know, that how. And I really do think that your pirate and the Johnny's pirate. I mean, there's some characters that people really identify with. And it's that bit of that the swagger of the pirate that you so successfully kind of play.
Well, it's interesting because obviously, because you were on Pirates, like when I started on the show, I actively wanted him to be very different than anything that had been on Pirates of the Caribbean, because I didn't want it to be just coming on and doing a TV show and being a parody of something somebody had done already. And that's also what I think Eddie and Adam did so well, and all the writers did with Hook, was that they actually made him a very, very different type of pirate than we'd seen.
You know what's weird? I never once thought that, I always thought it was your creation. I never saw it as anything other than your inspiration. So, I mean, I know you nailed that, because I never once would say that, I mean, that's a different pirate. Maybe in the realm of pirates that would meet each other and be able to do battle, because I'll get that question, who would win the battle? You know, between the two, and
who would win?
I mean, I think you would.
Of course I would.
Because, you know, Johnny is the Harlequino, Johnny's character is the trickster. You're balls out badass, bro. Yeah. So, I mean, you've already lost your hand. That's a bit of a, you know, maybe a disadvantage, because he can go both, he can, you know, fight both ways, but I'd say you might take him.
I don't know, I'm pretty good with the hook.
Yeah. There you go.
Hi, Colin. First of all, I wanted to say you did a really great job as Hook. I really loved the way you portrayed him. It was awesome. My first question for you is, how did you balance your personal life with your career life? Like, was it hard to do that, or?
Well, my family are with me, so I'm very lucky if that's the case. The first season, they weren't, because I came on as a guest star, so I didn't know how many episodes I would be there for. I guess it's like any career, if you have to travel a lot for your work, if you're lucky enough to travel a lot, and if you're lucky enough as an actor to get a job, it's one of the things that you sort of have to work through and be prepared to do. But you know, I've been very lucky that my wife Helen, who's my best friend, we've been together for 18 years, and so she's always supported me. So I've been very lucky, and that's all I will say about my family. Because for me, I like to keep my family life kind of separate, because it's not. That's a whole different thing. But it is as an actor, it's difficult to keep it's difficult to keep your personal life and your work. You know, it's sort of sometimes it's hard to make it work, but you just have to try.
And my second question is, where do you want to see Hook go in season 7?
Well, I would like to see. One thing that I do. I want to see what happens with Henry and Hook, or what happened in that gap. I'm going to talk now as if everybody had seen the finale. I don't know.
Right. Yeah.
So I don't want to spoil it for people. Okay. So everybody knows that at the end of the finale episode of season 6, you see older Henry. So I'm interested to see, because Hook is Henry's stepfather. So I'm interested to see what relationship was there, and then I don't know. It's kind of crazy, because it's all up in the air at the minute. So I mean, not for the writers, they know what they want to do, but for me, it's kind of exciting to get to explore a new chapter and sort of see what happens with Hook then.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Hi. You spent some time in Paris recently, and I heard you could speak French. Would you mind saying something in French?
Je m'appelle Colin. Je parle plus, mais c'est mal. That means it's bad.
Yeah. I only speak a little bit. It's Colin. I only speak.
Is that okay?
Yeah, it was good. I speak French. It was good.
Thank you.
Hi, Colin. Okay, so I have two questions. So my first one is, what was it like being so many like different Hooks, like the alternate universe Hook, Dark Hook, Captain Hook, Hero Hook, and Emma's Hook?
And Emma's Hook. Is that Pancake Hook? Is that the one?
Sure, why not?
I only know about this pancake stuff today. This is like a thing that I just learned.
No way.
Look, I've been very lucky with Hook that he's such a versatile character that the way that they've written him, you know, has allowed me to be able to explore all these different facets of who he is, and you know, it's very rare that you get to play an old alternative universe version, and I've done two alternative universe versions of Hook. One who was sort of really meek and timid and not at all like the Hook that we know, and the other one is very much like the Hook that we know, only he's really old and fat and drunk. So it's been, look, I've been very, very lucky. You get to do so many different things, and I'm very, very grateful and thankful for that. As an actor, it also keeps things fresh when you're on a TV show and you do 22, sometimes 23 episodes a season, and you know, you're doing it. I've been lucky to do it for 5 seasons, and I'll do, you know, at least one more hopefully, and so, you know, I'm just lucky to have that opportunity.
Okay. And my second question is, so in season 5, when Hook is with Zeus and stuff, and Zeus sends him back because obviously Hook dies, sad. Anyways, do you think that Hook gets like a fresh slate? Like, does he have he doesn't have any darkness in his heart or anything?
I think that's a good question. I think he came, well, you watch season 6 though, I mean, he struggles a little bit with certain things. You know, I think he's hundreds of years old, and he just sort of is, this version of Hook now, Emma's Hook, is desperately trying to be the best man that he can be for her. And so he, as a 300-year-old pirate, is struggling with some of the darkness that he had, and I think that will always be there, but that sort of informs who he is now and the hero that he is now.
I mean, it's a really interesting, that's a great question actually, and I find that very interesting too with the arc of the character. Like a lot of times we talk about, it's something that we look for in telling the story and figuring our characters out. Where do they start and how are they affected by what happens in the story? And like from when you started on the show as Hook, you were so determined, very selfish to get your own revenge as the factor, and then you turn into this character that lives for someone else. So these journeys really did, you know, you have one of the biggest changes of all the characters in the pantheon of
yeah, I think so. I think maybe even, I think it might actually be the biggest change, because, I mean, this Hook is willing to sacrifice himself for anybody, not just for Emma, you know what I mean? And when he, as the Dark One, when he got Emma to kill him, essentially, to save Storybook, he did it not just for her, he did it for her family, for her friends. So that was sort of the thing. I mean, look, don't get me wrong, he did almost kill them all. I'm not saying he's perfect. But anyway, that's...
Yeah, but what a huge, I mean, what a change in just in the writing from when they started you. And I think that has a lot to do not only with the ability of our writing staff, but also your talent and also the way that your character connected with the audience. You know, they encouraged them to kind of go and be creative with what they do and how they used you, you know.
Thank you.
Thank you. Hi. How's it going?
Good, thanks, you.
Good, thank you. So I've heard rumors that you're a huge beer and brewery fan. And since you're in Colorado, which has a huge population of breweries within Colorado, I was wondering if either one of you have had the opportunity to visit any of the breweries here, and if not, what is one of your favorite breweries? Because I'm a huge brewery fan too.
Oh wow, I haven't. I just landed last night, and I'm leaving straight after this panel, so and I won't get an opportunity, which is unfortunate. I have an affinity to Main Street Brewery in Vancouver, and that's where Sean and I were lucky enough to brew our beer. And they do fantastic beer. So I'm going to say Main Street Brewery.
Very safe and political answer. I was going to say, make your beer. And it's tasty too. I will also not have the opportunity because I'll be working here, Colin, all night during the concert. But I am open to anyone bringing me some delicious local brews to try. And I'm always amazed. You know, it's very interesting because the craft beer movement is a very interesting movement and a very creative movement. And yeah, it's a great challenge to be able to travel as much as you do and go say, hey, I want something local. Let me try something I've never tried before. And I'm very, very creative, I know, and there's a lot of great breweries here in Colorado for sure.
Have either one of you ever tasted New Belgium beer?
Oh yeah,
yeah. Many of those.
That is here in Colorado.
Yeah. And quite a delicious, they make a lot of great stuff, right?
Thank you.
Thank you.
So I have 2 questions. So if you were a pirate from Pirates of the Caribbean, which pirate would you be?
Which pirate would I be?
Yeah.
I'd actually be Captain Hook because he gets mentioned in one of the I think it's the first movie. Is it like in a bar scene? I know that they talk about James Hook, so I'm going to be very diplomatic and say Captain Hook.
And then if Hook was to get another tattoo, what would it be?
Emma.
I guess it would have to be Emma. Who's to say that he doesn't have a load of tattoos? You just haven't seen them.
You could have actually a cool swan tattoo to match Johnny's sparrow tattoo, and then you guys could be dueling birds. Like in the bar scene, you unravel the sleeve, and it leads to the fight and the whole thing. That's how I'm writing it. You've got my guy liner on your guy liner, like the old, got your chocolate and my peanut butter. Thanks for laughing, everyone. Thank you. Thanks for the love and support at comedy. Thank you.
Hi, Colin. Thank you so much for coming to the United States. It means a lot for our fans, for you to just travel all the way over here and making time for us. It means a lot. Thank you.
Thank you.
And my 2 questions are, the first one is, in the musical episode, what was your favorite song that you got to sing?
Now come on, you know the answer to that. It's revenge. Yeah.
Awesome. And my second question is, so my best friend and I are going to Ireland very soon. Are there things that you think we should definitely see while we're there?
Yeah, well, all of it. It's beautiful. Yeah, you should go see Newgrange, which is just outside my hometown. It's like an ancient, I think it's 5,000 years older than the pyramids. It's an ancient burial site. And the cliffs of Moher in the West of Ireland are beautiful. And Ireland's just great. It's just great. You'll have a good time.
Thank you so much.
Thanks.
Hi, I actually have 2 questions as well. So the first question is, as Hook, do you know like how he feels about being Henry's stepdad?
He's delighted. He loves Henry to bits. Yeah, he's excited. I mean, you have to remember that Hook wanted to be Balefire's stepfather. He wanted to raise Balefire, even though he betrayed him then afterwards. I mean, why does he do this? But he did. If Balefire had said, yes, I want to stay on the ship with you, then he would have changed everything and stuff. And so I think that raising Henry or being Henry's stepfather is also for him an opportunity to make amends for that. And he loves Emma, he loves her family. He's taught Henry how to sword fight. Yeah, it's great.
And my second question is, do you have any tips for young actors?
I would say, for me, it's if you believe in yourself and you believe that you've got something to offer, then stick with it. Because it's difficult as an actor. It's a difficult career. It's you know, I'm very lucky. Like, we're lucky to be sitting up here and have been in things, but there are countless of some of the greatest actors I've ever seen will never get this opportunity. And so it can be tough, but you know, work. If you did want to be an actor, work hard. Make sure you're prepared. Preparation is key. That's the most important thing. Show up on time, learn your lines, and go when the director tells you. So that's kind of essentially it, I think.
Thank you.
Did that make sense?
I think it's absolutely the truth. I mean, The preparation is key for all young actors, and I spoke with this young lady outside, and I said, listen, education is going to be your most important factor. Be smart, you know, study history, get great grades. It'll afford you the opportunity to gamble with your life, because if you're crazy enough to pursue this, if you believe in yourself enough that you're willing to really put your ego and your energy on the line,